Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Damien with White Belt Goons. I want to share something with you guys today, and for some of you, it's going to resonate. For some of you, it won't. But for the ones who it does resonate with, you're going to completely understand where I'm going with this. Yesterday, I had a amazing epiphany. Okay, I'm in class. I'm rolling with a guy who has been there since I started. I'm at my 2-year mark, and we're going over escapes from side control. We're going over kind of like a kick over sweep. And as we're working this section of the curriculum, we both start talking about how we had gone through this at least twice, right? So in the past 2 years, we've gone over specifically what we were talking about yesterday in class 2 times that we could think of. But in the time that we were training yesterday, there were all of these small, intricate details that both of us had kind of picked up over the last 2 years. So we're in this fundamentals class, and there's all of these new people, and people who've been there 3 months, people who've been there 6 months, and each group, as we're kind of looking around the room, each group of newer people, clearly they were struggling, and they weren't struggling with the overall concept, but you guys know that in jiu-jitsu, being able to do something with like minimal effort, or being able to do something without overexerting yourself, it all comes down to these little details, right? So, for instance, the more we could collapse the base and the more we could get on our side, the more we were able to tip over, as opposed to having to push or kick ourselves over. You guys get the idea. But he and I were just talking about how cool it was and how much we were noticing all of these little details. And it made me think that, like, over the next 5 years, the next 10 years, God willing, if I stick with jiu-jitsu, if I'm able to stick with jiu-jitsu, everything about every aspect of jiu-jitsu will start to reveal itself with these little details and these little layers. That was one part of the epiphany. The second part of the epiphany was, while we were going through the instruction, the coach was talking about my partner and then referred to me. He referred to my partner about a certain aspect of, if you were to try and do this with this person, it wouldn't work. And he said the same thing about me. Both me and my partner were both larger people comparatively to the people that were in the group. And it made me think about when I first started. And this is the important thing that I want to talk to you guys about today. When I first started, I was looking for camaraderie, and I was looking for acceptance, and I was looking for a tribe. We've talked about that on this page before. I've written about it. Other people have written about it. When you're older and you start jiu-jitsu later in life, a lot of times as men, we're coming in and we're looking for this community, and we're looking for this tribe and this group. And a lot of times, and I experienced this myself, a lot of times we don't find that. We don't fit in right off the bat, right? Sometimes it takes a little time for you to find your group at the gym, or to become ingratiated, or to be accepted into the group. But as I was watching the coach yesterday, it dawned on me that the person that was coaching the class is an older purple belt. You guys have talked about my purple belt mentors. Well, this is one of my purple belt mentors. This is a guy who I believe is probably close to getting his brown belt. He's teaching that class. And so as I'm listening to him and I'm standing next to Ricky, I look around the room, I thought to myself, on a long enough timeline, the people that you come into the sport with, or you start with, some of those people drop off, right? You come into this environment where the coaches, they don't really see you, where the coaches don't, bring your name up when they're talking about the skills that are being done correctly, or how difficult it is to pull something off on some of the guys that you roll with. You're not in that environment yet, right? But over a long enough period of time, as people start to drop off, the people that are left, like, they recognize you as being one of the guys in the gym. You've been there for a year, you've been there for 2 years. And then after a certain amount of time, people that you train with in certain classes, those guys get promoted, and then they become the coaches. Those are the guys who are teaching the fundamentals class, or those are the guys who are running the open mat. And so on a long enough timeline, the people that you're training with and the people that you're training alongside, the people that have a vested interest in you and in your development and in your progress and your journey, they have a connection to you. And then those people become the upper belts in the program. Those people become the coaches. Hell, at some point in time, maybe you become a coach. Maybe one day I will become an instructor. I would love to be an instructor when I get to that point. But all of this is to say that the reality of two of the base things that we're told when you first come in: keep showing up and just keep trying, right? And both of those things kind of revealed themselves yesterday in that epiphany. I've kept showing up and I've kept trying. I've kept showing up. And so now I have a relationship with some of these teammates and some of these people who are upper belts in coaching. And I have a better relationship now with the people who are the leadership in the gym as well. And then also in terms of understanding and developing a deeper knowledge of jiu-jitsu, the longer you're there, the more you see these things, the more you train them, the more times the curriculum rolls over, you start to get a deeper understanding and a deeper knowledge for those skills, and you will improve, you will get better. So I know it's cliche. I know we get tired of hearing it, but just keep showing up, just keep putting in the time. And ultimately, for all of you people who are out there who just feel like, man, I don't really know where I fit in. I don't know if I belong here. I don't know if this is the right facility for me. I guarantee you, if you stay there long enough, you put your time in, you put your sweat and your blood on that mat, you're going to be just fine. People are going to gravitate towards you. They're going to care about your development. And ultimately, at some point in time, you're going to probably end up in a position where you're helping other people as opposed to looking for the people that are helping you, but you'll have that as well. So I just wanted to share that, guys. It was a great moment, a great epiphany, and I really felt connected last night, and I think that's really important. So drop some comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Have you ever had a moment where it was like, I get it now. I see things a little bit deeper, right? If so, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. You guys take care. Be great.